لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. Dear brothers, in the first part of khutbah, we have seen how the life inside the qabr is going to be, and primarily we have seen how it is going to be for the believers inside the qabr. Now let's see what happens for the non-believers. When the question's been asked about the Prophet for that person, that the non-believer will say that I do not know who this is, except that I've heard about others talking about him. I just have heard about him, but I don't know who this is. That will be their answer. When they say that, they will be beaten up with an iron rod. It's going to be a severe beatings. And then he or she cries so much loud that all the animals in the proximity can hear that loud cry from that soul, coming from that soul, except human and jinn. So as of this moment, there are souls of the non-believers which are crying out loud, getting this punishment, and just that we can see it, not the humans and the jinn can hear it, only the animals which can hear it. This hadith has been narrated by Anas radiallahu anhu. It is in Bukhari, hadith number 1338 and 1374. In another hadith, the kafir, the non-believer, will be asked, who is your God? Then he or she says, I do not know. They are then asked, what is your religion? The three questions we saw. Then he or she says, I do not know. The third question is being asked about the Prophet. They say, same answer, same reply, I do not know who he is. Then there will be a sound from the sky that says, An-kadaba, he is lying. Then comes the punishment. Spread him the blanket of hellfire, dress him up with the hellfire, and open up the doors of hell so he can see it. And also the qabr will tighten for him or her. So we just have seen four punishments, four different horrible punishments. One is spread him the blanket of hellfire. There will be a blanket of hellfire which will be spread, and he or she will be dressed up with fire, which will be intolerable, and the doors of the hell will also be open, so he or she can also see and feel the heat coming from the hell. Not just it, the qabr, the grave, will also tighten for them. So there is so many torments going on. And it doesn't stop there. A strong, deaf and dumb angel holding the metal rod will hit this person. He or she will then tear into pieces, and then they will be given soul again, and the punishment repeats. So the angels, they are deaf and dumb on purpose. So they do not show any mercy for this soul. So they keep repeating what they have been commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then they keep tearing this person literally into pieces, and then their soul will be given again, and the punishment continues. This hadith is in Abu Dawud, hadith number 41 and 27. It's not just it. There is one more hadith that talks about another additional punishment for non-believers. For non-believers, 99 poisonous snakes will be set in his or her qabr, which will keep biting him. So there will be 99 poisonous snakes in the qabr, which those snakes will be constantly biting. So what is the quality of these snakes? If one of the snakes comes out to the earth and breathes just once, then everything in this earth will be burnt. So they have so much poison, such a strong poison, that just one of the snakes comes to the earth and it just breathes just once. That is good enough to burn everything in this world. And such a poisonous snakes, 99 of them are constantly will be biting this non-believer in the qabr. This hadith is in Ibn Hibban, volume number 13, hadith number 236. Also, Prophet ﷺ has said, if one of you die, you will get to see in the morning and in the evening, your destination where we are destined for in the hereafter. So this hadith talks about the life in the grave. So the believers, they'll see 2 times in the morning and the evening the destination, that will be Jannah, wherever they're destined for. They'll see that, they get to see that. It's going to be a pleasure for them. And for non-believers, they get to see 2 times the Jahannam, where they are destined for. It is going to be an additional torment for them. And this hadith is in Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 1379. So dear brothers, the purpose we are revisiting this important aspect of Islam, the belief about life in the qabr, life in the grave, is for us to understand the fundamentals of Islam and to practice it thoroughly as much as possible. Being Muslims, we don't expect any worldly benefits. In fact, if there is any, we are actually compromising the worldly benefits for being Muslims. And the reason we do that is only with the aim of getting a good life after the death, because that life is going to be eternal. As we saw, the life in the qabr is going to be until the resurrection, and the life that comes after the day of judgment is going to be forever and ever. So it's essential for us to refresh our knowledge, and so we stay close to the guidance of the Prophet ﷺ and the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah protect us from the adhab of qabr, and may Allah make us die in the state of mu'mins, inshallah. Wa akhir dawana, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, wa aqim as-salam.